God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. God only knows how it's killing you. But there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. But God only knows the real you. There's a kind of love that God only knows.
Welcome to Season 3, Episode 42 of Your Journey Is Not Over. My name is Tanya Pearson Randolph. This is my own personal journey. This is my healing journey, and the expressions and opinions are of my own. I own all the rights to my personal journey, to my healing journey, and to Your Journey Is Not Over. Neither of the three are to be used, copied, nor edited in any way without my consent. Well, stepping back into again that part of my journey. Gosh, looking back and overcoming that part of my journey seems like so long ago. And sometimes I catch myself saying, was that really me? My life? I still have moments where I'm like, I remember a day, what seems like so long ago, too. It was only 6 years ago when I was in complete lockdown, mentally unable to physically leave my home, the safety of my home. I will share this. April of 2024, the very beginning of my healing journey, too. I had not traveled alone since my trip to Hawaii so many years prior. I always had my ex husband, my kids, my now late husband, and girlfriends. Well, I was so desperate to get away, to retreat, and begin to heal from all the recent deaths and all that I experienced and felt with exhuming my late husband. And then, exactly a week after that, the dark night of the soul. One of the worst nights in my life, but it's also what pushed me, what led me to take that trip to Florida, April 15th, 2024. Again, God used what the devil intended to break me and take me, my soul, to lead me exactly where he wanted me to be, to go, at just the perfect time, too. I do remember getting off the plane and going to luggage and retrieving my luggage. The airport had cleared out quick, so it was like a ghost town. And as I was pulling my luggage through the airport to go get a cab, it hit me. Oh my, Tanya, look what you're doing all by yourself. Who would have ever thought? Once upon a time, 4 years prior, I couldn't even open my front door, let alone walk out onto the porch. And here I was, flying to Florida all by myself. It was a moment that I was so proud of myself and truly realized how far I came, how much I'd overcome my fears. So, yes, I still have those moments where I celebrate myself. And now I'm doing things that during lockdown never deemed possible. Once you begin to heal, you become a completely different version. You begin to see things, reflect back on old versions, and things do begin to make sense to you. Those are versions that we had to grow through, to begin to step into the version that God was building and intended all along. Just like a piece of clay, I always say. Again, my own little way of seeing things. Most of us had a pottery class in school. So as I remember, we started out with just a handful, a ball of clay. Well, the teacher told us to make whatever. So we flatten it, we mold it into my case, I made an ashtray, in which I still have, by the way. Well, once we're done, it has to be put in the oven, the fire. Then we glaze it, and it goes back into the oven, the fire. Then we give it another coat. It's still not a finished product. Oh no, it has to go back into the oven, back into the fire, until finally it's a finished product. What we created with what little we had to work with. Well, as I see it, that's us as humans. And God allows us to be put through the fires, not to burn us, not to harm us, but to strengthen us, to give us the faith, the trust, the courage, the knowledge, the wisdom, and the resilience to then become the finished product, whom He built us to be. God is a wayfinder. He works miracles every single day in so many people's lives, and He finds a way to help us to overcome and survive what seems like the impossible. He finds ways of turning the bad into something magical. He uses our obstacles as building blocks, stepping stones. I can't express it enough. What you are suffering from right this moment is not intended to break you. Oh no, God would never allow that. What God allows is for every single thing that the devil intended on breaking you to, in fact, make you, to build you stronger, wiser, more aware, more resilient than ever before. Please know whatever you are suffering from, well, it's for now, it's not forever. God won't let it be forever. Please trust and believe that God and God alone works miracles and will move you exactly where He wants you to be. Again, who would have ever thought that just 6 years ago, being completely locked down, locked away from this big, cold, scary world, that I would overcome it? And now, as a widow, I live alone. I'm self sufficient. I'm independent. I travel alone so much now. I travel to different cities, different countries, and I never have no fear, no anxiety, no panic attacks. No, God replaced that with excitement, with adventurous, with curious even, embracing new people, new cultures. As I always say, I have no fear of the unknown now. I don't overthink, I don't overanalyze. I have, on my healing journey, learned to breathe, to relax, to look forward, and to trust God completely. What is meant for me will not pass me by. God won't let it, is what I remind myself every single day. Please know you can and you will overcome whatever you're suffering from. Please don't stay stuck. Don't accept it. Whatever you're suffering from, no. I feel like accepting it is exactly what the devil wants us to do. He wants to hold us back, keep us stuck in the traumas, the hurt, the pain, the dysfunction, the PTSD, the depression, the anxiety, the panic attacks. As long as we're stuck, then we don't learn, we don't grow, we don't heal, and we don't evolve into who God built us to be. That's the devil's mission, is to stop, to block, to again keep us stuck. Well, I've been defying the devil my entire life. I refuse to succumb to him, his tactics. I refuse to be stuck. My past, my traumas, my pain, my life lessons will not break me, will not define me. God wants us to learn, to grow, to heal, and to use our past experiences to hopefully help others on their journeys. And as I always say, lend a hand to a friend. Again, I got off track today. If I'm being honest, I truly sat down to write a quick fill in episode. I've been under the weather, I've had a touch of bronchitis, and it's led into a major sinus infection. My first one ever, too. And with working 9 to 12 hours a day, I have found myself extremely tired. My body needs rest. So I got off work today, 11-hour shift, and I crawled in and I took a nap. Very rare for me, too. I'm not a nap person. I normally have too much energy for that. Again, my body needed the rest, and I give myself what I need. So waking up, I knew I needed to get into the zone and begin to write today's episode. Truly intending for it to be short and sweet, but again, God had other plans. He always does. So when we make plans, God laughs and then says, "Buckle up, Buttercup. I'm the boss. So here's my plans." I'm hoping to begin to share how I took the smallest steps to begin to even leave my home. I did it scared, but now looking back, again, 6 years ago, I now see how brave I actually was and how brave I have become. I do not own the rights to the things I chose to share today. I am the human that sat with my demons long enough. I discovered they were, in fact, teachers in masks. If you change the way you look at things, the thing that you look at changes. Things in life don't always change, but the way you see them can. When you change your perspective, even the same situation can feel completely different and more positive. Not every day changes your life, but every single day changes you. The best kind of people are the ones that come into your life and make you see the sun where you once saw clouds. The people that believe in you so much, you start to believe in yourself too. The people that love you simply for being you. Those are once in a lifetime kind of people. Treasure the ones that make you feel seen, feel heard, and feel loved. I used to think healing meant becoming a completely different person. Now, I think it's more about returning to the parts of yourself you buried while surviving. The creative part, the calm part, the confident part, the hopeful part, the version of you that existed long before life got so heavy. This concludes my podcast for today. Please join me next Tuesday. Listen in. And always remember, your journey is not over. God bless.
God only knows what you've been through. God only knows what they say about you. God only knows how it's killing you. But there's a kind of love that God only knows. God only knows what you've been